Okay. Just checking my live stream yesterday. For some reason it didn't go through. I sort of know why, but it seems to be alright this time. So welcome back to the live stream. We're back in 114.3. Okay. Volume looks good. Everything is good. So, what are we going to do? Well, I think I might do the conduit stuff. I don't know. I kind of like haven't used conduit properly, so if I don't know if I've even ever used it actually. All right. So last time I was having like a debate about this, and I realised that it's it's not really worth having a debate about this. We just use normal glass. It's not gonna help me to. It's just not even gonna look that good to do lots of complexity in the different glass colours. So we're not gonna do it. Just gonna do this. There are different ways I could do the side as well. I could somehow mirror this, make this go around. It could be like a bubble structure. Could do like a toroid structure, toroidal. But yeah, I don't know. Stick with this for now. All right. Kind of nice to do this as a kind of simple when it's 4 wide like that. Wonder how it's looking. Yeah, looks pretty good. I'm not going to go all the way down. I'll just go down to that 3x3. I think I kind of did establish how I was going to do the sides anyway. Like that, right? I may want to start thinking about the colours of the stuff that... Problem is, with a cow, it's so monochrome that it's hard to really work out what colours you can even introduce. Maybe like just a grey colour. I mean, I know this thing, right? This is grey anyway, light grey. But maybe like a colour that really looks like grey. Like this. Yeah. That's the colour I'm thinking of for this section. We'll work out how we're going to do the wall like that. I'm not sure yet. I sort of know what they were getting at as well. The last person that said you could do white, light grey. And then which one was this? Was this black? I think it was. No, it's grey. So that's grey. So I went white, light grey and grey. But you see, it looks just much better like this. If these were all different colours, and I was trying to do like a pattern through the middle, it'd look rubbish. This looks much better. Okay. But yeah, you really can't like have too much of a pattern here. So, how do we want to do this? basically, it feels like, I don't know. I'm almost tempted to not use any grey at all. Make it just one colour, this colour, because this is a good colour. Where the hell did that go? Okay, this is a good colour, right? I don't know, you know. I really don't know. We started the grey here, right? Start the grey there. There. No, actually. Wait, is it that one? The thing is, like, I've kind of screwed it up for myself because I've already started that side. I think it could work actually doing the grey here. The grey has to start here, right? There. Was that the way I started it? Right underneath that one. Let's just do it on this side first. That isn't the same column though. How did I manage to get that column? Did I extend this? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Let's just try it here. See what happens. Kind of works. Let's try it just in these other sections as well. So it makes sense to start it like that, right? To do it like that. So if I like it, we'll just we'll mirror it on the other side. But I want to do it on one side first, right? Yeah, I think it will work. Yeah, it's not the most complex structure. I wish there was concrete slabs though. There's no like slabs that I could really use. Maybe andesite. Just to get like a little bit more, I don't know, like a more of a depiction here. Yeah. So basically what we've done here is we've just extended that. That goes to 3 to 5. I think it makes sense to extend it in that way, right? The problem is we have to further extend it each way, because you can see that it actually... We're going to have to extend this further out than that one. Is there like a rule that I've chosen here, or does it just go one further each time? It just goes one further each time, right? So we're only going to... It's going to be a weird shape in the end. Alright, I guess we'll just leave it at that. So we're going to have... So basically what I'm saying is this is going to have to go out much further, right? This is going to have to go out basically one further. Because that way we can be flush, right? And then, is that right? Yeah. It's going to be fun to repeat on the other side. I don't know if I can even manage it. Hopefully I can. We might even we could even change, because the thing is I wasn't really. It's a bit of a silly rule, but I wasn't particularly happy about I may change some of the colours of the cow, is what I'm saying, to match things. We'll see. Because I wasn't, I mean, I don't know. I did just copy and paste it. It's not like a big deal, but I haven't done that yet. And I don't want to get in the habit of doing that, so I don't know. Let's just have a look how this is going to turn out. Doesn't look right there. It is right though. It doesn't look right, but it is. It's a weird perspective thing. But from certain angles, you see this one I'm looking at here, it actually looks higher than that. Isn't that weird? But it's not. That is really weird. Anyway, to be honest though, these things happen, especially when you do something which is a strong geometric structure like this. It's a nice colour, this. We don't go out that far. It is super geometrical, this thing there. It's probably a little bit too geometrical. I would have been better just doing it flat, but I didn't. I might do the other side flat. Why am I seeing this internal stuff here? I don't think I should be seeing that. Can I not just do this? I don't want to see it. Looks alright. I mean, there's different ways I could structure this. The thing is, right, if we do it all the way around, it's going to be too much. What happens if we just do it straight from this point? I'm just trying to get like a feel of how it might look. I could just. This is one which I could really just build, but. I mean, this isn't even breaking the. Tough, this one, isn't it? It's tough. Like, what would I like to do here? What would I like to do here? Hmm. I don't. I really don't want to make it. I don't. I just hate to do it like completely uh, perfect. I want to make it irregular somehow. The problem is like if you want to make it irregular, you almost have to make it irregular before you get to this stage. I need to do that. So how are we going to do this? Because remember, the whole point is we need to take a staircase in here somewhere. I want to have a square. I do want it to be square somehow, right? Like, where are we going to get the corner from? Let's do it. What we got on the size of this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yeah, if you could just stop talking, dude, because I'd prefer not to have to block you. Just, get lost, leave, if you could. Um, okay. I don't know. The thing is, right? Well, you can stay if you want, but you need to talk sense and just not like your first comment was like rubbish. Okay. All right. I don't know. The problem with, you know what it is? It's like I wish that this was 6, but I don't really want to replace a lot of it now at this stage. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know the best way to do this. Hmm. I mean, you can. I can still go out to the side. I could even just do it on one corner, right? Or I could do opposing corners, maybe. Should we try opposing corners? Why not? Right. It's at least it's something like a little bit better than just complete regularity. Okay. Is that right? Or have I gone too far? I think I've gone too far there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we do this. I think opposing corners will work. The thing is, though, like, yeah, obviously I'm not just going to repeat the cow texture on the back. Let's just do opposing corners. Because here's the thing, right? It's like opposing corners is still pretty regular, but it's like there is something to be. Do you know what I mean? There is like. Is this gonna? So how is this gonna actually work? It just has to be like this, right? No. We'll just keep the square, right? But we have to. I see. Yeah, because that's a different way of doing it. No, we want to go out on this. This is the thing. Like, there's so many different ways you can approach this issue. The feeling I get is that and there's different approaches. Like if there's two on each side, you would look at it differently, right? For now, we're just going to do. I've come into this problem before, where like if I want to have like a cap, it's almost like the cap block. It ends up being like a stripe. I'm not sure I want to do that, to be honest. I almost feel like it would be better just to do this. Just to have it a bit plainer. I think it's just a little bit cleaner in terms of if this whole section is going to be this color rather than yeah, I think that's the best. So should I make the whole section that color? Yeah, I think so, right? Because the thing is, like, originally I was thinking of making the whole thing that color, the whole thing this color, right? Let's just do it the way I said, right? It's all really about like what is an accent, right? Like doing something all exactly the same. It's kind of an interesting thing as well because it's like you're doing something irregularly, but you're doing it all the same color. It's like because this shouldn't be like this, right? If I was going to do this whole side regularly. I mean, there is an issue, like I said. This is going to be the issue, right? We're just going to have to do it on this side, right? Because the thing is, we can't split up 5 equally. So there's no real other option but to do it this way, right? Just to give it that section. And again, that's even more irregular. But we're so regular. That's the thing. Like, if you're that regular, doing something slightly irregular like that, in addition to what we're doing here, which is just squaring it off, which in the context of this is an irregular act, right? We'll see. The thing is also, if we remember what we did at the last one, it's like, let's just do it from the outside first, maybe. No. Obviously, it doesn't really matter, but Giving it a little base layer like this is also not a bad idea. I mean, there's a question: do we go all the way down with it? I'm just curious, like what actually looks better on like a large, like a large block of color. I mean, for instance, you would think, right, do it like this. That. I mean, it's tidy like that, right? It is tidy like that. There are advantages to doing it that way as well, because we can go around. Alright, so we're doing the corners in the same fashion. It's not that easy to get it. This is actually not that easy to pull off. We're going to need to remove some more stuff here. Okay, how are we going to pull it off? Let's not confuse myself with that. Basically, it's just we look at it and then we go diagonally back and out. Is that the best way to do it? I guess so, right? So we look at it and we go diagonally back and out. No, we're not doing it. So that one's correct. Yeah, the problem is we need to always be going out, right? So that one does go out. If there's no way to go out, we have to extend. Back and out. So it's like a two-part process, right? Okay, so we have to extend. Only to the point where we have to. We can say, can we go back and out? Is that going to increase this distance? And if the answer is yes, then we do it. What did I just break? Something broke, but it's impossible to tell what it was there. Okay, so we were able to do that there. Can we do it here? Yeah. And that's the only one, right? Because it's only one that. Okay. We're not make sure we're always going out, and I think it is. I think I am doing it correctly. Is that how it looked? I guess that's why it didn't work. I had to replace the blocks. It should work correctly now, assuming I've done this in a way that makes sense. We covered this whole section. Okay. So that's one further out. Again. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit... just looks right. So it's adding a little bit more complexity to things here. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. So let's just lower this down. And hopefully we'll have opposing corners that look right. There may be some. It may because of the way I'm doing this. It may have a. It may give it a funny look to it. We'll see. But as long as those corners are square, we just square it off. Should be cool. So I don't know how we're going to do the staircase. It's going to be that is going to be an interesting one. Is that going to be interesting or what? Hmm. Can I just get rid of... No, I can't. Is that... Do we have that shape? It all looks really clean on this side. Why does it not look so good on the other side? Maybe it's there. Ah, man. I went over it. There should be no sticking out bits like that. But why is this... Oh, you know what I think I've done? just done it like that, haven't I? Yeah, that looks right. All right, not to worry. Basically, things were right in a sense in terms of how we were plotting it, but there's different rules when we have the vertical section. Looks clean now. Okay. Oh, we're at the top already. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. Yeah. So we just look at it top on. Okay. 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 So this is where this bit ends. Then we can do the square. You see, it looks better to do it this way around. It is going to have like this weird like morph to it, but okay. And then we'll just connect it up with a square. And then fill in the remaining blocks with light grey. And then just straight down, yeah. Okay. So we just get some sort of feel for it at this point. It's going to be difficult with this area not blocked off. I'm going to just put the window all the way down for now. I mean, this would be an absolutely gigantic window, right? Let's just have something to have, like a piece to work with, right? Just something to work with. I put white glass there for some reason. Why is there white glass here? Did I put that in before? I guess I did. Why is there two here? I don't know. There's no real reason for that. I mean, it could be just a little thing. Again, it's always. See, this is the nice thing about working with very regular shapes, is that you can say, you know what, I'm just going to do a little irregular there. Whereas sometimes, like in the pig house, I feel like I just got too irregular, like constantly. I'll tell you one thing though, that is, it's like you're thinking like, this has got such an absurd amount of light in it. It gives it a weird look to it when it's like that. It feels massive as well in here. And we'll see what happens when we close the door. Did I do a... let me just check. It's just the one that's in for some reason. So you get that clean, just straight line on the side. Okay. So it'd be like that, right? So when we do this, right? Yeah. Cool. I kind of forgot I was going to do this. I always want to do an extra corner. Because this makes this so big now. Maybe I could curve it a little bit. I could also... I was planning on changing this. We'd need to make this much bigger, right? I can't really, though. I really didn't think of this. It's funny. I was happy with it being irregular until the point where we got to this not working out properly. Because ultimately, when you square off a corner, it does look worse. Especially when we're comparing it to like a perfect thing. Though, you know what's weird though, and it's kind of interesting, is that this is actually still in the center. When you think about it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is actually in the center. It doesn't look like it's in the center, but it is. It's bizarre that. And it really is to do with the just comparing. I don't know. I really don't know. But that is it. And you can't say there's not enough light in there. And this is the thing. I can't move this anywhere where it still would be. It would look more central. Oh, could I? No. It can't be more central than that. It is perfectly centered. It just doesn't look like it. Don't think this adds much. I think I did build. I didn't actually check, but you can see I did build it the right way. Just it was complete luck. Wow. How on earth are we going to get a second floor here? How on earth are we going to find a space for a second floor? I don't know why I decided to do opposing corners. Oh, what is this even here for? Did I build it? I wonder if I built this exactly in the center. That'd be funny if I did. I bet I didn't though. 7 out there. The weird thing is like it would make sense to somehow do a diagonal. We're gonna have quite the zany staircase. Man. What are we gonna do with this one? Alright, we need to get our slabs out. What slabs are we going to use for this? My thought was andesite, to be honest. We'll do polished andesite. They're quite a nice texture. Like, you know, it's nice having a big window at least, so we can actually don't have to focus too much on lighting in here. Like, Like bloody Qbert. I mean, the feeling is, right, it's a good idea to do something like that here, right? Almost like meet the wall. We can use the wall as like a... because the thing is, like... it's like you could have like a block. Say use like this structure as a block. Because here's the thing, right? If we're going like through, somehow going up through here, right? Or should I do it the other way around? Because the thing is, right, if I had a diagonal block somewhere, it's all about contrasting the shape. I mean, if I could do something like, because it would make more sense to have to do something like, you know, to be going up like around here. You see, this makes a lot of sense if we're going up. It feels right, doesn't it? It definitely does feel right. And where would we get to? Would the upper level simply be here? You see, what would be interesting is if we had a certain block at these y coordinates all the way across around here. It may actually help to center the cow better. It's kind of an interesting thing. I feel like I do want this to be like that. If we can stay at this level, though, this looks like a good place for like a platform, right? So just to clarify, if we're getting to this level here, are we on the? No, we're not on the. We're on the bottom slab. Do I want to be on the top slab there? I might be. I might want to be, right? Let's pretend we're on the top slab. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got a pretty decent distance to get up there. I don't know. There is an advantage with being here, though. Because when you're on the bottom slab, this is cleaner here. And we can also fit in there. You see, I'm not fitting in there. And it's flush with the wall. So it's actually better. I mean, there's not necessarily going to be like stuff underneath. And even if there was, it wouldn't matter. So I think we're probably better off to be on the bottom slab there. Which is the one you can't place torches on? It's top slabs, isn't it? No. Can you place them on both of them? No. Yeah, you can't place them on bottom slabs. Okay. So... But there's like some issues with this as well, though. I don't know. If we were going to do like we were going to do andesite here. We could do a line all the way around. It wouldn't contrast very well. Well, it would actually. Here's the thing, like, we can certainly make a nice structure here. And we've probably got, I mean, it is still quite a distance to get there. We're going to have to be going at quite a decent speed here. Let's just see. It's also very easy to do it from here. I mean, something like that. Kind of works. Doesn't work there though. Doesn't work on certain blocks, right? We can obviously fill it in. This is definitely like the most impressive looking one I've done so far. Don't like that. It's annoying that I have to have this little step here. I'm literally just one away from it fitting in perfectly. Maybe I could do something like that. Just trying to envisage it. Looks better, right? Like if I did it like that. This only needs to be this, right? No. Man, I wish it wasn't so complex here. The thing is, like, even though I'm using solid blocks for some of these sections, it is kind of obfuscated. So I'm happy with that, right? I mean, if that's all we're really doing, which it is, I could just do it on the 2. It's not necessarily much point to have that. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, we're going to leave it for that now. Thanks for watching.